guys, you're watching Explore the Weird. If you're into weird things, you got to like and subscribe. What else are you gonna do? There's no other channels out there that are gonna show you weird things. This is the only place you can see the weird things. Trust me. Trust me. Guys, support the Goon Gang. Become a member today. Make sure you smoke that like button. Let's get into it real quick. The topic, I guess, the idea or the theme of today's videos are going to be related to creepy life theories. So let's get right into it.
If you lived forever and you could breathe in space and you didn't need food, you were just floating forever. You're never going to land, you're never going to touch ground, you're never going to die. Flying forever for billions of years. You know how bored you'd be after the first billion years and realize you have an infinite amount of billion years left where you're still going to be alive? You know what you know now. You've been transformed by the gods. That might be the worst.
Dude, this is wild. This is definitely crazy to even think about. And what's crazier is I recently was told about a TV show called The Good Place that kind of talks about a theory where once you get to the good place, which is the the nirvana, if you will, you're supposed to be living there infinitely. And they didn't like that. The people started becoming like lethargic because they can just experience all the nirvana all of forever, and it just gets tiresome. So they gave them the ability to be like end it all. Even at the good place, you go through a door, you get to like wherever, you disappear and you don't come back. So that's what all those people end up doing. Now I hear Joe say this, and by the way, spoiler alert, is it too late? Oh man, it's too late. I ruined The Good Place for all of you. I'm sorry. You still watch it.
Dark Disney Theories Too Real to Ignore, Part 2. For this one, let's take a look at Monsters, Inc. Theory goes that Sully is now dead. So in Monsters, Inc., Randall always mentions how bad humans are. At one point, he says that humans skin monsters and make toilet seat covers out of their fur. Sadly, this foreshadowed the fate of our friend Sully. In a Toy Story short, there's a scene where a kid is taking a bubble bath. And lo and behold, on the toilet seat in the bathroom is a fuzzy Sully seat cover. So Randall was right. Humans do skin the monsters and turn them into toilet seat covers. Poor Sully. Like and follow for more videos like this.
I 100% believe that. I 100% believe that. Why they gotta do Sully like that, bro? They completely skinned him and they made him into a toilet cover seat. That's so evil. That's so evil. Yeah, I can believe in this theory.
What if Area 51 was actually the gateway to the real world, and we were all living inside Area 51 without even knowing it? This idea might seem ludicrous, but it has been the subject of a theory increasingly discussed within online conspiracy communities. 9 months ago, a peculiar message emerged on an obscure internet forum, capturing my attention despite its relative invisibility in cyberspace. The responses to this message were even more unsettling, triggering a cascade of theories, sometimes whimsical, but often intriguing. Comments suggested that Area 51 was not simply a secret military base, but indeed the veil between our perceived reality and the outside world. The theories are as numerous as they are fanciful, but they all pose one crucial question. What if our reality is not what we think it is? For 4 months, I dove headfirst into the dark and often perplexing universe of conspiracy theories, sifting through the most popular hypotheses and developing my own theories. In-depth research was conducted, enigmatic data was gathered, specialists were consulted, and finally, a possible explanation emerged, an explanation that challenges preconceived ideas.
Wait, well, I wanted to know what the explanation was. You just kind of just told us we're all in Area 51 and everything we know is just in Area 51 and our bodies are just what, holograms or something, living out the world. Is this the Matrix? I need to escape the Matrix. Tell me how. This is crazy. By the way, Goon Gang, if you're in Area 51 and you find a way to escape the Matrix, I'm Teddy Ganja. I'm in cell block 420. I think it's on the 4th floor, the 20th room down. You'll find me. They just ask for Teddy Ganja if you guys find a way out. Get me out too.
This is absolutely insane. Scientists have found out that many cardiac arrest survivors show an hour after their heart stopped beating. In fact, 40% of the patients that had a near-death experience in the study they conducted showed high levels of consciousness after their heart stopped. And many of them claimed that they had levels of awareness during the revival process, with some of them even saying that they had an out-of-body experience where they could see the doctors performing CPR and even heard them speaking. Not to mention, but many patients reported that they got to see faceless figures along with images of their deceased loved ones and even demons. But what's even crazier is researchers believe that these aren't just hallucinations or illusions. Instead, they believe that the brain's processes during the state may be opening access to new dimensions of reality. However, scientists did say that more research is needed in order to better understand death and the experience behind it. So the question is, do you think there's a new dimension of reality or not?
Well, I thought those hallucinations were from the DMT being released and stuff. See, now this makes me wonder everything. So I do believe in near-death experiences, though, because I've talked to, or I've been trained by a psychic that had a near-death experience, and he was like, "Hey, Teddy, everyone can become a psychic." And he told me some things, and I went to his classes, and I gotta tell you, I know some things. I'm 100% telling you the truth. It sounds crazy, but spiritualness and this whole near-death experience is something that I can relate to because I've talked to this guy, Dave, who's told me about his own experience where he suffered and he had an out-of-body experience, could tell like what the doctors were saying, could even tell you what the doctor wrote on a pad in an office that wasn't even in the same room as where he was. He had all these things that happened, but they never validated that they said these things. They just like looked at him like, whoa, that is creepy. And he could tell that they wanted to like be like, yeah, we actually did say those things, but they're not allowed to. They're medical professionals. So I think this lady's 100% spot on. I think there could be multiple people having these types of experiences. Yeah, this is wild, and it just makes you think that when we do get to that state, are we just opening up our brain to next dimension, or energies neither created nor destroyed, and we are somehow some type of energy? Are we just passing on? We're gonna go to the next dimension, Teddy. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. All right, boys, I'm ready.
Here are some more of the wildest what-if theories. What if, in this very moment, you are not born yet, this is just a dream of what your life will be like? Girl, this is one long fucking dream. I must be having the sleep of my life. I mean, hey, I'm having a good time. After you die, it is believed that you have 7 minutes of brain activity left inside you, and in that 7 minutes, you experience your entire life over in a kind of dream, because in a dream, time is stretched. So if that's the case, what if right now, you're in that 7 minutes? It's so scary to think that in any moment of your life you could have passed on and you might not even know. What the fuck? And lastly, what if plants are really farming us, giving us oxygen until we eventually expire and turn into mulch, which they can consume? This reminds me of that movie The Happening, where the environment literally fought back and was releasing something into the air that was causing people to die. The plants are literally gonna eat us.
Oh man, that last one really makes you think, because it's like, dude, what if we're just mulch for the forests? We're just decomposing mulch. Oh man, don't put us in the ground, just burn us away. We're still mulch. The first one, is it just a dream? I'm not born yet. Goon Gang, I'm sorry. I thought we were here. I thought we existed. I thought we were woke. But unfortunately, he's telling us we're not any of these things. And I have a feeling you didn't smoke that like button. Goon Gang, we're trying to grow. You got to hit that subscribe. You got to smoke that like button. Why you got to be that guy? Don't be that guy. Trust me, you're not that guy. You're not that guy, pal. And then the second theory we've heard before, 7 minutes, hey, you're reliving your entire life within the 7 minutes. So, yeah, I don't know. I haven't experienced death, and I don't think I'll be documenting it when I do experience death, but the 7 minutes is hard to fathom. But if I'm in these last 7 minutes, I'm so glad I got to meet the Goon Gang. You guys are awesome, man. You have no idea. Guys and girls. So all the Goon Gang, all Goon Gang all around. I love it. I love it all.
Have you already died before? The quantum theory states whenever someone dies, they get thrown into an alternate reality where they didn't die. Have you ever had a time when you thought you died? What if you did die but was transferred to another reality? If you believe in the multiverse, then you know rifts in timelines can be created by the smallest things you do. So what if when you die, Another reality is created where you didn't die and was transported there. You've cheated death and are continuing to live your life.
Dude, that feels interesting to know, because, like, how long can we cheat death for in the quantum world? Like, is there going to be a point where somehow I've cheated death and I'm, like, 900 years old in my current consciousness, in my current dimension, and, like, Goon Gang won't be able to continue with me? How long can I keep this going? Tell me, quantum physicist, tell me the answers. I'm still trying to get through this damn... Well, I said it's a door, but, you know, I still can't get through the frickin' wall. They said at some point there's a 0.0000001% chance if I try hard enough I'm going through the frickin' wall. I'm ready. Make it happen. Oh man, but I love quantum theory. It's like you can't even ask for a Diet Coke or an orange juice. They're always like, we'll try to get you a Diet Coke and orange juice. We don't know if we'll get it right. It's the quantum world, bro. You could be trying to get a Diet Coke and then all of a sudden you get apple juice, but we tried. In this dimension, it decided to be in the state of apple juice, not Diet Coke. What can I say? Oh man, quantum be real crazy.
Have you heard of the Family Guy theory? The theory suggests that Peter is in a mental institution due to the death of his entire family, and that the events of the show all take place within his head. One night Meg was driving the family home while drunk, when she got into a wreck that killed everyone except Peter. This is why for the entire show he hates Meg. Peter held resentment towards her and blamed her for his family's death. Stewie is so smart because he represents Peter's hopes and dreams he had for him. When Peter hangs out with Joe Cleveland and Quagmire, it's really just them visiting him in an asylum.
Oh my god, this is dark. It's like, hey, everything's happening in his head, but you can literally say this about any of the cartoons. They're all happening in their heads, Teddy. None of these people are real. It's a cartoon, of course they're not real. It makes sense. Stewie's just an interesting character in Family Guy. I love his, like, crazy antics. I love his whole persona about him. He's a quite interesting character. Does it relate to whether it's the smartness or hopes of Peter? I don't know. I can't see that relation, you know. That feels like a hard correlation to make. I don't know if I 100% believe this theory. I feel like you can say this about a lot of cartoons. All right, let's keep it going.
Look, so this is the crazy thing. You want to get really nuts?
Yes.
It's time to leave.
Time to leave what?
This planet. We started a clock around 1953, which is when we had the first hydrogen bomb. We don't know how much time we have left, probably a few hundred years, tops. Because sooner or later you're going to have Putin-like, Trump-like people. It's nice if Elon thinks we can go to Mars. Maybe that will allow a small number of us to diversify in case we do something really dumb to the planet. But if human beings are to continue, and we are to continue evolving, we need to spread out.
I can agree with this statement. I feel like I've seen snippets of this guy before. So still, I do believe in order to have the progress of life and continue the human species, we're going to need to adapt or find alternate ways and not just get stuck not exploring. I just feel the way of the human is to explore and explore new areas and territories. I think we are going to get off in some way, shape, or form if we can figure it out, which some people say we still haven't. Eventually get off the earth.
What is the scariest, creepiest theory you know about? The dark forest theory. This explains the Fermi paradox, why we haven't seen any other advanced life forms despite the vastness of the universe. Other advanced life forms don't send out signals into the rest of the universe because they're worried that something more advanced and dangerous is going to find them first. There's another idea that other civilizations know there's something out there but don't send any signals because it has no reason to not wipe out the entire planet. A lot of comments bringing up the Fermi paradox to explain the lack of evidence of extraterrestrial life, when by all accounts we should be seeing alien life all over the universe. Here's another unsettling explanation. If you're scuba diving above a coral reef, and you know that there should be fish all around you, but you don't see any, it's most likely that they have learned that for some reason it's important not to be seen. And since you're a newcomer to this environment, chances are it's not you they're hiding from. Edit. The number of scuba divers saying they've experienced this and then noticed a shark nearby is alarming.
Oh my god, that is creepy. That is creepy. That whole dark forest theory, like, especially, imagine we're still out here sending out waves, radio waves, all this stuff, and here they are, doing who knows what, you know? That's just wild. Oh my god, imagine there's someone that we're not supposed to actually let them know that, hey, we're not supposed to be known. And the way that he relates it to the coral reef is just wild. Oh my god. Stop sending things out. Let's just contain everything within ourselves. What if there's something far nefarious out there that's actually, they already say they're here. They're already here. It's already happening. Just make it happen. Man, I go full 180s in all these topics, man. Explore the weird, get real weird. Explore the weird, get real weird.
I am the reason every single person in South Carolina locks all their doors and windows. Hello, I am a boo hag. During the day, I look just like anyone else, wandering the streets of South Carolina. But my purpose is to find a target and follow them home. Then I wait till the sun goes down and go back to my target's area and take off my skin. Then I search around the house for even a tiny open crack to get inside. Once I search through the house until I find my target's bedroom where they are sleeping. I climb on top of them and pin them down. I start sucking the breath out of you. If you scream, I will instantly unalive you and you will become one of us. If you try to wait me out, you won't make it. I will empty the life out of you and climb into your skin so I can live your daily life. The only way to survive me is to not let me get to you in the first place. Make sure all your doors and windows are locked and leave a bowl of rice next to your bed. Us boo hags have a counting fetish and we'll have to count every individual grain.
Does it just have to be rice? Can it be anything else? Man, this feels crazy. This feels crazy. Is this a real thing? Are people really suffering in South Carolina here? Are you having to lock your door? I mean, you should be locking your doors and windows no matter what. You're in the United States. You don't know what kinds of crazies. We've seen enough videos of those guys following people home, coming in as fast as they can. You never know. Always lock your doors. That should be the main takeaway. But this entity, this boo hag, if you will, can even slip through cracks, they said. Man, that feels like impossible. Oof. And why she choose, why she got to choose people, and why she got to be so cursy, just leave us alone. Just do your thing and rest. Just rest. It's okay. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. You're not teaching us any lessons coming after us, boo hag. You stay where you are, buddy. Yeah, I'm not going to South Carolina anytime soon.
You ever had a dream that you're falling?
Oh yeah, dude, that should be scary, dude.
Bro, so there's a theory that if you're dreaming of falling, right, then you're escaping death.
In real life or what?
In real life. But if you actually hit the ground before waking up, then you die.
Nah, I don't think I ever hit the ground, bro. What if you accidentally dream that shit tonight, dude?
Bro, that's fucked. That's fucked, bro.
Dude, that is weird. I've had dreams where I feel like I'm falling and I just abruptly wake up. Even when trying to fall asleep, I've had the concept of falling back and I just wake myself up. That's just weird to know that I've escaped potentially a death if that's what happens. That's I don't know if there's a real correlation there, but it definitely feels interesting to know because I've had that experience myself. Have you guys had that experience? Have you ever felt like when you're asleep that all of a sudden you jerk awake because you think you're falling? I know it sounds crazy, especially because you're falling asleep, right? But no, it's a real thing that even I can relate to.
Did you know that Mars was the original planet where
we are all dead? This shows all the conspiracies in the world, from the most well-known ones to the darkest of the dark. And as I'm sure you know, in this series we're going from the top to the bottom, so let's go. This is wild and will have you thinking for a long, long time. So it's scientifically proven that after death there is around 7 or 8 minutes of brain activity remaining. And a recent study has just been done which could suggest this happens for hours. Along with this, there's been the theory for years that life flashes before your eyes when you die. So here's the theory, and this is scary. So time is distorted when you're in dreams, right? A dream may actually only be about a minute, but feels to you when you're in it like an hour or 2 hours, even longer. So when you die, if your life does flash before your eyes, you'll relive all your memories in real time in that 7 or 8 minutes, but it actually feels to you like your entire life. So what if we are all dead, laying in a hospital now or whatever, and our life is flashing before our eyes right now and we're reliving all of our memories? Obviously there are things like, how the hell am I filming this video then? But I mean, it's pretty scary to think about. Hit that follow button, it's going to get even crazier.
Dude, this guy even said hours at one point. But, we've heard this theory in a previous video. Great explanation from this guy. Yeah, it still makes you think. Still, yet again, Goon Gang, I love you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me during my dream state, during my last 7 minutes. I love to know that I've interacted with guys and girls like you.
We have breaking news, and this is a PSA to all mothers, especially if you've just recently given birth. This is Dr. Crystal Cascade, and she recently turned a GUN on herself and her baby. It's a really sad story, and if you guys want to know more about her, she was an oncologist. So she helped women with breast cancer, and she was renowned for it. So how does this happen? How does something like this happen? Is it that she's a horrible, evil person? Well, more information is coming out that says that apparently an ambulance was called twice to her house this summer before the incident. Now, we don't have all the details, but I'll tell you what I think. This leads me to believe, why would a woman do this? Many times, women after they give birth have postpartum. And we already know as women, we already have a hard enough time with our hormones in this system. And don't get me started. Did you know that there are Aboriginal tribes around the world where the women don't have period pain and don't have hardly any pain even during childbirth? Yeah. The reason that we do, and we're gaslit to believe that this is how we're supposed to live, but the reason that this happens is because we're so poisoned by the food and the water and the chemicals that our hormones are completely out of whack. That's not me shaming anybody who goes through it. I have PCOS. I'm going through it. I just research all this stuff because I refuse to believe that we should all be sick. Hormones are without pregnancy. Pregnancy is a medical condition. It can wreak havoc on your body. And then when you give birth, most woman I know has a traumatic birth story and has walked away with some type of chronic health issue afterward, especially from neglect of care, which is on the rise. And then afterward, your hormones are still having a hard time. We don't test women ever for their hormones unless we think there's a reason to. I don't know why we're not at least doing twice-a-year testings. But what can happen is postpartum sets in and it can cause psychosis. I've had friends who've gone through this. I had a friend who was put in a mental hospital for having postpartum and they didn't catch it. So the whole point is, I think with situations like this, as awful as this is, let's not demonize this person. This person probably needed help. She needed medical help. And most of us as women don't get the medical help we need. So if you are struggling, if you've gone through this with either pregnancy, giving birth, afterward, please reach out and find the right people to help you. I promise they're there. I've had issues with my hormones. I have issues with my menstruation to where there have been times during that I don't want to be on the planet. There are certain issues where that can happen. And I've been able to get help by herbs and different things. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not here to give advice, but I'm saying if you are scared, there is the right help out there. Reach out and find it. And good luck to anybody going through this. And if you can relate, guys, sound off in the comments and let me know. Let me know and click the plus sign. I'll have more content like this.
Yeah, this is definitely a sad story, especially knowing it's a doctor, an oncologist that has unalived herself and her child. It's very sad. My own wife has recently had, or a year ago, we had our own daughter, and postpartum is definitely a scare that even her could have gone through, and luckily we didn't experience too much of it, but it's a scary thought to know that there is things that happen, especially at that hormonal level. And unfortunately, I'm not a woman. I'm sorry, I'm saying gender here. Calm down. I'm not a woman, so I can't truly relate when she talks about the pain and how there's women out there that don't experience pain during childbirth and their menstruations or menstrual cramps or something. I do not know if that is true or not. It's very hard to, at least she related it to food, like because of the food access that they have, and then we're spoiled by our food. That's why we're feeling the pain. At least I felt like that's what she was saying. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it felt crazy. I don't know. I don't know if I completely relate food and pain together, but maybe there is some correlation and I'm too naive because I'm eating the same bad food as everyone else with me, you know? So maybe there are truly genuine ways to not feel pain if you eat the right foods. Who knows? Or maybe I'm just off base here and I misunderstood what she said. Let me know in the comments. All right, we got to do one more and then we're done.
The $1 Million Highway. There's no doubt that this is one of the most terrifyingly beautiful highways we have ever been on. We knew the road was going to be windy, but we didn't know it was going to be like this. There are no guardrails on most of the 25-mile highway, and sheer drop-offs await just by slightly going over the white road lines.
Like, you cannot believe how my feet are sweating.
God, look at this.
I can't even. Please go. Can you go a little?
Oh my
Can you
God.
go? Can you just go a little slow? Just a little slow.
I was a little scared, to say the least.
I don't care.
We can see why they call it.
Why is it called the $1 Million Highway? Dude, this is too scary. I don't like heights anyway. I do not want to experience this. This was an interesting video to end on. I love the road. I love the views and the scenes, but just when she put the phone over the side of her car, and then you could really see how, you know, like, nah, I don't like any of that. I feel like I'm gonna fall out. Yeah, I'm as brave as the cameraman on this one. Or camera woman, I'm sorry. Oh boy. All right, I think that is it, guys. If you're into weird, strange, creepy theories, literally anything, you guys already know. The goons know. Do what you do best. Smoke that like button, hit that subscribe. I will catch you guys next time. Stay safe, stay strong, and goodbye.